So I heard a diesel coming in. Was that the diesel I could hear, James?
Hey, hello. Nick.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome. Yes, good to see you again.
That doesn't look like your Rover.
I mean, obviously diesel's now bad, so I had to change it to petrol.
That's right, and you're going for the low emission, right?
Ultra low emissions.
Ultra low emissions.
Yeah, it's got to be. You know, we've got to be fully compliant with everything in terms of an old car.
What's that horse doing on your MG logo?
Don't worry about the horse. It's fine. It's fine. All you need to know is that it's petrol. It's fully qualifying. It's a long-term car and it's the right amount of emissions.
Okay, I like the colour. That's just like your other Rover, isn't it?
It's exactly like the other Rover.
That's why you bought it, because of the colour.
Oh, it's absolutely. Yeah, it's the same colour. There's no real details that you need to know about. Really, anything else? Not really special. What? No, it's just the indicator.
Is it 8?
It's just the indicator.
Is it 8 volt?
Yeah, it's 8 volt.
Very
That's
strange.
Right. Yeah. It's,
yeah.
Obviously, nothing's really different. It's pretty much exactly like the diesel one.
Okay.
That we've run for many years. There's nothing really there that's special. You don't need to look at those.
That's nothing. No.
That's
okay.
Normal. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, you got one of those pretend exhaust pipe kits.
Yeah, I just put them on. I just put them on to make it look like it was a flashy sports car.
I thought it was a diesel. I heard something clattering outside.
I think there might be a little bit of like a manifold blow or something.
Okay, well, can you turn it on so I can make an assessment?
Yeah, if you could just listen for it.
Yeah.
Because I might not be able to hear it if it's quiet.
The funny thing is that your 4 cylinders sound like 8.
I don't hear it, to be honest. I don't really think
Smells American.
All right, that's enough.
Okay, enough joking around. So this is your new ride, James?
Yes. Very happy to have finally found what I would say is not my dream car, but maybe my dream estate car.
It's a dream daily user, isn't it?
Yep. This is the 4.6 litre V8 MG260.
Excellent.
So it's the ZTT. They made 700 of these in the late mid 2000s, just before the company went bust.
Yeah.
The reason they went bust, I think partially at least, because they spent £35 million just developing the suspension of this with ProDrive in the Midlands. And that was
for 700 cars?
For 700 cars, yeah, then they went bust. So
there must have been a group of engineers going like, we are going bust in about 10 years from now, let's just go full.
Yeah.
Let's call BMW to see what they think.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll just extend the financing. So very, very happy to have found. I spent a long time finding one that wasn't grey or black, because they're all grey or black.
Well, English racing green is the colour to have, isn't it?
Exactly, and I haven't had a V8 in my life for a long time, so just to hear that little whopper.
Yeah.
That little offbeat burble.
Yeah, no, it reminds me of my childhood when I was driving in my stepdad's Oldsmobile. It's the same kind of V8, and it just sounds like when you're on the docks, you hear these huge container ships idling. That's the kind of same burble that's in the background.
It's an absolute torque monster.
This is super
the first
cool.
time I've driven it since I bought it. I bought it about 4 or 5 weeks ago, but I haven't driven it anywhere. Huge brake discs.
Yeah.
All the way around. Bespoke suspension.
Wow.
Bilstein. Really, really fantastic. The slight slippy noise of the clutch.
Yeah.
Thrust bearing, but luckily it's an easy fix. You just have to take the gearbox out. So.
Easy peasy,
exactly,
you know.
Like we've got a weekend, right?
And this, as you said, this is James, of course, called me very excitedly when he'd gotten this, and he explained to me that the good thing is that it's an untouched, unmolested car, and everything is as it left the factory.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the bad thing is an untouched, unmolested car, and everything needs looking over, because it's just the way it left the factory.
Exactly the same.
With
20 years old with nothing done.
Plus the wear. So how many miles?
80,000.
85, just like factory, plus 80,000 miles.
Exactly. So now it's time to get stuck in and do all the stuff that
That's
we enjoy.
wonderful. I can't wait for us to polish up the lights, give this a full.
Yeah. Oh, it's got every single stock thing that goes wrong with these cars. The
Really?
Screen wash bottle is cracked, so you can't fill it up more than a quarter of the way.
Yeah.
Headlights are faded. Suspension's a bit rusty. Undercarriage needs undersealing. Spark plugs haven't been changed. Coils haven't been changed.
But the thing is, this car is not going to be used every day in the winter.
No.
It's kind of coming to semi-retirement in your ownership, isn't it?
This is my ideal Grand Tourer, where you can get several bodies in the back if the worst comes to the worst.
So after a good night out, you can take all your mates on the back, basically.
Exactly.
Good.
Yeah. And all their gear and suitcases.
And dogs and cats and badgers.
Well, the last guy had it 12 years. And I mean, he did everything reactively, which is good.
This is like an invitation to come and break your window, though.
Yeah, all right. Well,
I'll just.
There's still loads of things that don't work. The stereo doesn't work, so we have to install a new one.
Yeah.
You know, the various bits in the screen wash and stuff don't work. We've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to do, mate.
But the important thing is that you have a burble.
Very importantly.
Big brakes that work.
And the right colour.
And the right colour.
Everything else can be fixed.
Excellent. I can't wait to machine polish this. It's going to look... Yeah, but the paint... Gently machine polish it, because the paint's still good on it.
Yeah, it's almost well applied, although they were renowned for having terrible paint in the bumpers, so I had to go easy there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me take you for a drive. Then
Excellent, let's go. You can hear the thrust bearing enjoying itself.
Yeah. It sounds worse than it is.
Wow, there's a good plunk in the door on this car as well, isn't it?
Not too badly built. Yeah, and the only thing I've done in here since I bought it is realise that none of the stereo or entertainment system works at all. You have to have the air conditioning on because it runs so hot from this engine that from factory they just ran far too hot on the interior.
Okay,
so it's
really?
hot the entire time. Yeah, it's going to be a great summer car.
Yeah, well, you got the...
I got the sunroof. I've got the electric sunroof, which I love.
Nice.
Let's not do that because it's probably full of sand.
Yeah, and you have the factory sagging headlining.
Yes, yeah, very happy with that. Good
Yeah.
to get the option here with the sort of little flappy bits of yellow foam that come out.
Oh,
every time you
wonderful.
over a bump.
Excellent.
So yeah, as I said, all those annoying
That's
things.
that British quality, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful to have it. But what it is nice is to have is a load of stuff that is easy to fix, which means you can negotiate. And the other one is I put on this lovely MGTF aluminium gear knob, which I'm very keen
nice.
on.
Good.
So should we take it for a little spin?
Yeah, please do. Oh.
I don't want to wake up your wife, but
Yeah, no, we'll make more sound as we get out to the road.
yeah.
And, you know, just in case somebody forgets
if
what you're driving, it's like...
Yeah. Clear?
I can feel that in my gut.
Yeah.
You got to remember, you're literally taking Fred Flintstone out for a drive, considering what I usually drive.
Well, this is unusual for me to have something that's got quite so much brake horsepower. So it's around. It was called the 260 because that's what it was. They came out with varying amounts of horsepower because it's the Ford Mustang 4.6. So somewhere between 250 and 275.
Which is more than enough.
400 newton meters of torque, I think, or 380 odd.
So you can pull a trailer with this as well.
Yeah. And there's some quite easy modifications, of course, because the Mustang is such the O2 Mustang engine is so well known. A huge amount of upgrades and options available, all the way from throttle bodies with 10 brake horsepower change to superchargers with a 100.
Depending on what stage of midlife crisis you're in.
I think as I get older, I'll just keep adding brake horsepower.
Yeah, good plan.
And
excellent. Very cool, James. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good choice. Good choice of daily driver.
Yeah.
And it cost you about 50 quid to get down here today?
In fuel, it was about a quarter of a tank.
So,
we'll see.
We'll spend about, we're going for a 10-minute drive, so that'll be about 10 quid.
I mean, I'm expecting contributions from you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, it's raining now. Well, we might have a quick look under the hood in a sec, but in the meantime I'm going to put my phone away and just enjoy this car.
Yeah, thank you.
Should have done this yesterday, but we thought we'd do it while it's raining.
Yeah, Mick thought it'd be a great idea to do this when it's a bit more wet for everybody.
Because we like the wet look of the engine bay.
There we go.
Wow, look at that.
It is a brute. Yeah, so it definitely fills the engine bay.
When they built it, did they redesign stuff in the front here so they could fit it?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, there's various bits that have been adapted. The engine is very far back. You can see how far this is, and there's actually, a good lot of space in the front.
Oh, I wouldn't want to...
I wanted to push it all back. I wouldn't want to take the cam covers off.
No, that's a bit...
quite an operation.
I think you had to take the engine out if you're going to take cam covers off.
It's a significant squeeze, but what I do like about this is no one's really messed with it.
No.
It's very tempting. Lots of people have messed with them, and you know, done stuff. So I'm happy that I've got a sort of clean sheet to work on.
Yeah.
Upgrade and tick things off and fix things. But yeah, came with a load of spare parts as well, so there's lots to do.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, very keen on it.
It's literally like putting an elephant heart into a guinea pig.
Yeah. You've been thinking of that analogy for a while.
2 seconds of that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks so much for coming down and showing me your new machine. I'm very excited about it.
Hopefully we'll make it back.
We didn't film it because we're civilized people. We did have a tiny wheel spin down the road here earlier in the wet weather. But you got brand new tyres in the back, so I don't want to wear them out too quickly. Brilliant.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I've got to fix the bonnet. There it is.
Oh yeah, shake the.
Somebody's put
That's actually theft control, isn't it?
It's the wrong grease, so somebody's put the wrong grease in there. So that's good fun. There we go. Done. And there's no spare wheel. They did a spare wheel well delete, so you actually have to have a full-size spare, which I think I will probably dispense with once I'm happy with the tyres.
Get some foam maybe.
Yeah, it came with 2 cans of foam, so you can.
So practical, actually having a independent window that opens.
I know, I love it. It's like a little shopping chute.
Yeah.
I always loved that feature about the diesel, so I'm glad. This is why I really wanted the Tour as well. Part of the reason.